Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to this other new edition of a review of the mass adoption meeting of the previous day. My name is Giras Mufo and called me from in the Congo community. It's always a privilege for me to be here live every day after the mass adoption to give you a review of what took place in the mass adoption meeting. Yesterday was a great time with the admin of TBC, and we continue to get more on the great agenda that is right on now as far as the rebranding of the community is concerned. There is a big change on the air. If you're getting this video as a rebroadcast or you are live with me right here on MOFFO Money TV French, know that we are trying to give you a way forward of what is going on with the Congo community. As I always say, you need to be informed and be formed or trained in order to really go according to what is taking place in the Congo community. Because in this era of which everything is changing so fast, if you don't take time to get yourself trained and know what is taking place, you are going to be overdue by the realities that are going on in the great industry, which is that of crypto. So, admin started yesterday by saying, what is the mass adoption meeting meant for? The mass adoption meeting is meant for what it is. Mass adoption means that we are coming together to see that we can permit our coin to be massively adopted in the world. That is why we are coming together, and that is why they're calling this meeting the mass adoption meeting or the mass adoption training. So that is the reality that brings us together. And that is why they're calling this. So we are all coming together to see that we can make everything that we're putting out there to be massively adopted. And this is the place of which we give out all the clear and up to date and very strategic information concerning our community. We are different from any other community that you may think out there because we are self regulated and everything that concerns us is done according to our way of doing. The first thing that took place in the mass adoption meeting yesterday was the payment of guarantee to the people that have won the contest for the month. Not only won the contest, the people that have fulfilled the condition for the guarantee of $1,000 each for the month of October, and the people that have already fulfilled the conditions of the guarantee for the month of November. And more to that is the contest list that people have already been able to do what is necessary to be part of the contest, and they were being paid out yesterday. The second item on the agenda was the purge. Admin will explain and explain again what we mean by the purge that took place on 1st of November 2023, and from there henceforth a lot of changes are going to be going on in the Congo community. And admin later on say we have a problem, and the problem is the after effect of the purge, or the after effect of what the purge is going to bring, is what we need to adjust right now. And that is what admin explain how we are going to adjust this with the rebranding. If you have not heard about the rebranding of TBC, guys, open your ears. Maybe um, a blog is going to come out for that. But for the past two reviews that I've done, we are sticked on this issue. So these are the headlines of all what the admin tried to discuss with us yesterday. And after that, a whole number of questions were being asked, and he answered the questions accordingly to permit the people that were there to understand what they should be doing in order to keep benefiting from what the criminal community is offering. And more to that, before I continue and dash into the subject matter proper, guys, if you're not using the TBC exchange, you are losing a whole lot. We are making a whole lot of money with the Kringle crypto exchange. If you have not yet started using the Kringle crypto exchange, get right now into your Kringle back office and go to the menu, the exchange, and create your wallet and load your wallet with our tokens and start trading right now. If you have difficulties doing that, Go below this video, you are going to see the link to a channel which we call GGRKLUVFWR Media. In that channel, you're going to see all videos and tutorials that has to do with the exchange, where you can get how to create your wallet, you can get how to start your first trade, you can get how to start making money daily, and why not follow the rule 72 to double your money every week. So that was a special announcement, and let's pull along as I share my screen to take you into the subject matter of all what took place yesterday in the mass adoption training. Right on board in the mass adoption training yesterday, admin went out to pay a great number of people that uh, had already fulfilled the conditions to have the guarantee. What is the guarantee to in the criminal community is the people that for every given civil month they have 150 downlines that activate the billionaire program. They are going to be paid $1,000 of guarantee. And this is the total amount that was paid yesterday to these people, which is right here on this poster, meaning that only for the month of October, this was a special notice that admin sent to these guys. Only for the month of October, we have paid roughly $40,000 out to the contest winners and those who have won the guarantee. So this is really a big proof that the criminal community is doing it a whole lot, and everything is transparent, everything is done live on our mass adoption training, where I told you that this is where you should be on Monday when it is 4 p.m. or on Wednesdays when it is 4 p.m. West and Central African time. You see what the admin say here? A couple of you put together your 150 paid personal referrals right at the end of October and haven't received your 1,000 guarantee yet. About 5 or 6 of you have achieved the 150 count already right at the beginning of November. All of you need to attend the mass adoption training tonight so we can pay out your guarantee live. So these guys were being paid, 6 to 7 of them were being paid, making a total of almost 28 of them, which gives $28,000 that was paid out to individuals that have fulfilled the conditions of getting the guarantee, and $12,750 was paid from the first position to the 50th position for all those who won the contest for the month of October. And still in the same light of people being paid out, there is a policy in the criminal community that everyone that participates and helps someone to join the criminal community, he or she is being paid 50% of the program fee of the other person. Looking at the history and the archive books of the criminal community, there is this blog post that the admin of TBC has brought out this morning. We have paid out a lot of money in bounties. We started paying bounties since then when this program of bounty was launched. We started paying in BTC 151.34489,625 BTC has been paid out according to this Binance bounty right now. We call it Binance bounty, but we used to call it then Bitcoin bounty. So at the moment of Bitcoin bounty, we paid out 151.3 Bitcoin. At the moment that we took BCH, we paid out 1,301.1447452 in BCH that will pay out. Guys, this is a lot of money that was paid out in bounties. And right now, since we started, I think it was late February this year, 2023, only for this year, guys, we have already paid 6,009 BNB out to Binance Bounty. This really show that this year in the criminal community is really the year that we have topped the list as far as funding or as far as people benefiting from the bounties of bringing in new members into the criminal community. And this reassure us on where we are going and reassure us on how things are working out with the community. So guys, from these statistics and these archives that you're seeing here, it can really show to you that the people that are supporting the community are doing it, and the people that are helping those people to come on board, they are also making a whole lot. Now, talking about the purge is um, a way forward of which the Kringle community was to be put aside, was to put aside those who have refused to be inactive. And since then, a lot of people have not really take time to look out to see that they don't be part of this purge. Because talking about the purge, what is the purge? The reality right now is that we are at the verge of putting aside other members. If you read the articles on this blog, you're going to have a whole lot as far as this purge is concerned. Purge pushed back by 1 month. For a couple of months, a whole lot have been said about purging members of the criminal community. I mean to talk about again on this purge start from the genesis of TBC. Admin started by saying, in the beginning of TBC, I was very naive because I created TBC by the end of 2015 and I decided to regroup around 5,000 people in November of 2015 and decided to share a part or one quarter of the 1 billion coins that we had in roughly a day. And we thought that as we did things properly, the rest will be shared in the next 6 months in order to build organically a community from down and as the distribution goes down. So I thought all the distribution will be done in 6 months. But I started later to learn that people are not what they are. So people taught me that the reality is very different because I thought with my network marketing background, knowing people and knowing how people work, that was the right thing to do at that particular moment. But later on, I discovered the dark side of humans and which didn't work out with the plan we earlier put in place. I don't understand why people want to be dishonest and turn around and say that I'm the one that is dishonest. Everything that was put in place at the onset never had anything of dishonesty with it. The issue is that what I've come to realize is when you start a group, when you start grouping people together, religious, political, or whatsoever, you will always have bad people among you. There are things that are not going to be right, and there are people that will create trouble. And this is what we came later to understand with the Kringle community. We have gone through the sect, and not because we did something wrong, but because someone contacted them, which was in our midst to call the sect. We were so lucky that the sect came in and see that we were not in their jurisdiction and they left us. These are the lessons that I've learned from the dark sides of human. Later, I was thinking on how we can make it work after this first plan that didn't work out because of the selfishness and the dark nature of men or humans, as I later discovered. So uh, we started sharing TBC out freely with all our different promotions like this mass adoption training. If you come to this mass adoption training, you were given freely TBC. If you go to if you were to do a live broadcast, you were given freely TBC. So I thought promoting it out and start giving TBC out freely will permit people to understand this mission and to carry it out. Many people did not bother to come to these meetings like the mass adoption or the blog, to read and follow the instructions which were behind this free gift of TVC that we were giving. They just decided to mess things up by start imposing or start telling people different fake stories or start turning around all what we were saying to say different things that are not in line with what we do in this mass adoption and the different blog posts that have been putting out. The idea of TBC need to make it in the world which is fast being overtaken by artificial intelligence and the robots in the center who are going to take over all our jobs and command us. We need an alternative, and TBC is this alternative to the world which is fast being dominated by artificial intelligence and robots that are going to take over all our jobs. We went through a situation that we thought we went through a situation as with this gift that we thought we were growing so fast. So we had a very great number in the Kringle back office. But I knew it was not real because due to the free gift, a lot of people create fake accounts and decided to keep these accounts for themselves in order to take a whole big chunk of the free offer of TVCs we were offering. By May of 2022, we decided that we want to start asking people to show up and claim the accounts of we uh, uh, which we are in number with the almost 4,000 members of the Kringle back office. People needed to justify their accounts by doing the send button test as we started there back in May. Many people didn't show up. We gave more further information in the later months, just like this one that you see here, purge pushed back by 1 month, and this was the final month. Send button need to be turned on before the 1st of October instead of September. You see, this is another extension of the period that is right there. But despite the fact of all these, how can I put it? All this soft mind appreciation or soft mind opening, understanding the conditions of which many people were going to, many still didn't show up. So in October, which was the last alternative that we gave, we said people have two alternatives. Either they pay and do, or either they do their send button before the 1st of October and their account will remain active and their send button will remain active, or they need to pass through the privy council. But yet many people didn't stick to this. That is where we are today with a great number of the TBC members, of which they have the information right now in their back office, which is showing that their accounts have been terminated due to negligence of their stewardship. All we want is for you to come out and show us that this is your account by doing your send button test and taking your responsibility. That is all we wanted. But right now, as you know, for those that are attending mass adoption meetings and for those that are well informed of what we are doing, there is still a loophole right now for those who have the message of termination in their back office. The loophole says that before the programmers will go on to program uh, the termination, you still have that opportunity to pay your account and have your send button on automatically, which gives you room to keep your TBC. I do think that the programmers right now are so occupied with the exchange and with the KLOF March wallet, and they will not be coming on board so soon for this month of November, pardon, to really make the termination be effective. So this is an opportunity for those who may still see it to work in line with the community to follow suit. When your account says terminated, at the moment that you can no more go into the Kringle back office, that will be all for it. And you will not have the opportunity to come back. Free is not more an option right now. We gave you sufficient time, 6 months of notice from February, so that you can sit up and take responsibility of your account and make sure that your send button is on. Many people turn it down. Right now, we are no more on that option. We have two specific periods that separate the member of the TBC community right now. All members before the 31st of October can no more have a free account as from then. But as from the 1st of November, new members that come on board can still have a free account as we normally do it for 30 days. Before now, they will be forced to be in line as far as things are concerned. Even if they make even just one payment, it will keep their wallet with their coins in them. Meaning that right now, if you do only one payment, it's going to keep your coins and your send button will be on. The 5 6 months of notice has been out there and many have not cared about it. We have been trying to turn people into billionaires up to now. Only the billionaire program has to give you room to have your send button turned on, meaning that the other programs are not in line with this. So, that being it, we know what we stand on right now. That is that for the purge. Admin went on to say, we have a question that is really mandatory to answer right now. And I started answering that question on the mass adoption of last Monday. We have a problem. How can we now attest and explain the situation that we are in right now? Because TBC is an abundant based currency, but right now, looking at the members that are active, we can see that that doesn't tie to the value of what we have in the Kringle community. So, what are we to do to see that this situation should be different? That is why there is a necessity or a solution, which is to rebrand. You will all get the new name of the rebranding. On January 12th, TBC as a currency will no more be alive or will no more be available. And the beginning of, and also from 12th of January marks the beginning of a new coin that you'll be given the name. Also, the different match that we have with KLove will all be happening at the same date. So the date of 12th of January and from January henceforth is a date with a lot of changes that are going to take place in the Kringle community. All the negative and the people that have not sit up to all this are going to be basically put aside, because we are going to be focused on those who are active and those who are paid. And if you are not in line, you're not going to be given the corresponding match in the new coin. And this will be happening now. Whatever the number of us by January that are active and present, we are going to start a new coin with this number. That coin will not have a send button. It will still be an abundance based currency. Members of the community or those who are going to have these coins will be identified with our facial verification, and there will not be any selling of coins or whatsoever, because the send buttons of these coins are not going to be operational, meaning that you cannot transfer the coin to any person. By then, we are going to be focused on GGR as our stable currency, and permitting and promoting it to grow. And once we are fully in line with our abundant based economy, we are going now to permit everyone to see the value of these new coins, and we are going to flip and turn back to this new coin, and the send button of each one at that time will be turned on at the same time. You will not be spending it out as it will roll out, meaning that nobody will spend this coin the time that is going to be roll out. And one best thing also is that we will continue to pay our back office with our KLOF coin, which is under our control. You will later be the admins to be running the treasury of the criminal community as the plans we made before, which is about the people, the 111,111 members that will be running the criminal community treasury is going to be you. All the matches that supposed to take place as far as our coin is concerned as of 12th of June and probably maybe 12th of September and 12th of December will all be in place. So this is what we are in line with right now. And all the members of the criminal community need to stand in line with this. So this is where we are moving forward, and this is how we are going to do things to make it work for everyone in the criminal community. So guys, this is how admin and the mass adoption um monologue that he always do before carrying out his work as usual. And there were a lot of questions that came up, and these questions he answered them accordingly and permit everyone to know what why we have decided to make the change, and the change is going to benefit the whole community, and we should be very glad that we are doing this, and this will help us to explain the state of being of the members of the community and explain why we have a drop, and everything will be clear from there henceforth, because the errors that we made before, we are not going to be making such errors in future any longer, and everything is going to be handled appropriately because we have learned from our mistakes that we did with TBC. We are not going to be doing such mistakes anymore with this new coin. So this is how it worked out yesterday in the mass adoption training. And I have a question of Kizo Teki. Dear sir, I need how to trade in the exchange demo training. Yes, if you need how to trade in the exchange cable, just go below this video and click on the channel GGR Farm War Media, and you're going to see all demo videos that are going to help you to see how you can trade on the exchange. So there is a link to a YouTube channel called GGR Farm War Media. Just go to that YouTube channel. All videos are there on how to set your wallet, on how to load your wallets, and how to start trading. So just go there and get yourself on board and start trading. Thank you very much, and see you in another edition. It has been your humble servant, Giras Mufo is my name. I'm called MOFFO Money in the criminal community. It's a privilege, and see you in another edition. Bye bye, and have a great weekend.